Welcome, hope you're doing good, hope life is treating you well, and the first thing I want to say is that I am pretty sad and disappointed with the current state of FPS. To the point where I don't have any motivation to play anything, and I don't even follow the gaming news. But luckily about a week ago I discovered that there was a Black Ops 3 PC client. And this client made me realize two things. It reminded me of how good Black Ops 3 was and still is, and it reminded me what it feels like to have fun playing a video game. So for those that don't know what this Black Ops 3 client is, it's essentially a modded and better version of the actual game. I would say it's an updated version of Black Ops 3 for today's standards. So in this client you have way better performance. You can unlock all the weapons, all the attachments, all the specialists, all the camos, everything. If you want to, you can play the DLC maps for free. It's basically almost like the DLC maps are also the standard maps, you know what I mean? And there's many more things, and they're actually implementing ADS field of view and ADS sensitivity. Currently, we do not have that. It's totally understandable. This is a 2015 game, and on PC back in the day, there wasn't much focus. The main focus was on the consoles. But yeah, on this client, we're gonna have that in the future. I don't know when, but it's one of the main focus right now. So yeah, that's really a short version of the client, and obviously you can also play online without any hackers and without people getting your IP address, because Black Ops 3 on Steam is literally unplayable, and that's why I never played BO3. And now this client basically gives me the opportunity to try BO3 for the very first time on PC, and god, it's way different than on PlayStation 4, because again, the last time I played this was in 2016 on my PS4, and like I said, it made me realize how good Black Ops 3 is, and how much better it is on PC. Especially on this client version, this modded version. Now, I do want to mention that I am specifically talking about the multiplayer. I understand zombies is huge on Black Ops 3. Zombies is also part of this client. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't really know much about it. So, this is multiplayer only. Now, I want to talk about Black Ops 3, the game itself. And we can safely say that this is objectively the best Call of Duty ever made. I know people are gonna say BO2, but BO2 is a classic at this point. If you were to release Black Ops 2 today, it wouldn't succeed as much as it did back in the day. But if you were to release Black Ops 3 today, it would've blew up, most likely. Now before I continue, I do want to mention that I will explain to you how to play, specifically multiplayer. How to play this client version of Black Ops 3 on PC. But that's gonna be a little bit after. Now let's stick with Black Ops 3. Let's talk a little bit about the game itself. And the first thing I want to mention is the movement. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I generally think the movement in Black Ops 3, it's just way ahead of its time, and it's actually, in my personal opinion, the best movement we've got in FPS. Like, it's so unique. It's simple, yet complex. It's fluid. It's smooth. It has this classic style to it, but at the same time, this modern style to it. You know, it's kind of like a mix. I really like it. And it's funny because we humans are always negative. We always say, oh, I prefer this over that. And back in the day, we were like, oh, we don't want jetpacks, we want boots on the ground. And now I'm kind of like the opposite, especially after trying this out. But I do understand that it's more difficult to create a jetpack movement to basically make it work than to create a boots on the ground movement. And that's why I think people generally prefer to go boots on the ground. I personally prefer boots on the ground, but Black Ops 3 movement it's perfect. And since we're talking about movement, the feel of the game is extremely important, and the game feels a lot better on PC than what it feels on PS4. Like, I kind of had the idea that was going to be a thing, sorry, but when you really try it, it really surprises you. It almost feels like a different game. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the maps, and this brings me a smile to my face because the maps on Black Ops 3 are just amazing. They're just they're perfectly designed for this specific game. Now Treyarch, we all know the Treyarch maps are really the best, and they really were the best back in the day, right? We're talking BO2, BO3. This is essentially the peak of Call of Duty maps, and I think we all can agree on this. And now let's talk about the gunplay. We all know Call of Duty gunplay, but in this game, I know this isn't really specifically on the mechanical side of gunplay, but I just love how the weapons feel and sound. It's just like, it doesn't feel like a 2015 game. It's insane. And the one thing I really want to mention and explain to you why it's perfect, it's the TTK. The TTK on BO3, it's fast, but it's not fast enough to be bad. For example, like Modern Warfare 2. The TTK is fast, but it's horrible. Like, it's not good for gameplay. And on Black Ops 3, it's fast, but it's very close to the sweet spot, if not really inside the sweet spot. I understand that the sweet spot is relative. It depends what people like. But for me personally, I just think it's perfect, especially on a game with specialists. It just makes the game more fast-paced, and it just makes sense. And generally, this game, the design of Black Ops 3 just clicks. You know what I mean? It's just so well built and designed. Like, it's really good. And now let's talk about one of the most important things on a first-person shooter: the sound. And boy, oh boy, the sound on Black Ops 3 is amazing. I mean, can you believe this is a 2015 game? Like, it blows my mind. It's crazy. The sound is amazing, and it actually works. Like, you can actually hear footsteps and jetpacks. And now let's move on to the specialists. I'm personally not a big fan of the specialists, but in Black Ops 3, they work, and they are balanced. I don't think there's a single, like, broken specialist. Like, every specialist is really good, yes, but you also need to know how to properly use it. There is a skill gap on the specialists, in my opinion. It's obviously not perfect, because we're talking about specialists, but there is a skill gap. I mean, this game generally, it's very balanced and competitive. You can easily create one of the best competitive experiences, FPS competitive experience, for today on Black Ops 3. With the right maps, the right settings. It's just a very balanced game. And the thing about Black Ops 3 is that the game just makes sense, you know what I mean? Now let's change up a bit and let's talk about the supply drops. These were horrible, but like I said in the beginning, this isn't really an issue on the client version, because if you want to, you have the option to unlock everything. If you want to, you know, just have the progress and unlock the weapons yourself and the camos, you can. But you have the option to really just unlock everything. All the weapons, all the camos, everything. And now let's get into one of the reasons why this was the golden era of Call of Duty, and it's the class system. You're probably not expecting this, but I do actually prefer this class system than the one we currently have. It's just way simpler, and you do need to make sacrifices to, you know, to choose the things you want to use. I feel like nowadays with Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, I feel like everything is just for free and there's a meta, right? In this game, it's not like that. And every perk is good. I think Afterburner is like the best, but there is balance between every perks. And then choosing an attachment on your weapon is also extremely valuable. So, you know, you have this just well-built class system. So yeah, that's really my take on BO3. There's nothing negative to talk about in my opinion. I mean the supply drops, I guess. And the fact that it was a premium. But again, that has cons and pros, but in this client, you can play the DLC maps and the DLC weapons, so it's not an issue. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what do you think about Black Ops 3. I truly forgot how good it was. I mean, the last time I played it was in 2016. So yeah, this really gives me a totally different perspective now. Plus, now I kind of know what makes a great FPS. And back in the day, I didn't really knew that. So it does give me a different perspective and a different take on the game itself. Alright, now let's talk about the client, and let's start with the man on the mission. You can see on the screen right now the person behind all this. I don't think he's the only one working on it. There's more people, but I'd say he's the main character. And I don't think he realizes the magnitude of a mission he's going through. He is quite literally saving and possibly reviving the best Call of Duty of all time, and one of the best FPS games ever made. It really is that amazing. So now let's not waste any more time. If you want to play this, and specifically multiplayer, this is gonna cost you about 20 bucks. Now I do recommend you to wait for a sale on Steam, because that's the thing. You do need the game on Steam to be able to play this. But if you want to try it right now, you're gonna have to buy the multiplayer starter pack, which works perfectly. I've seen people saying that it doesn't work. I tried it and it works. This is what I did. So you buy the multiplayer starter pack on Steam, and you have to donate $5 to the creator of the client. All the information will be on his Twitter profile. This is what I did. I bought the multiplayer starter pack on Steam, and I donated $5 to Momo. And yeah, I just got the client, and it's very simple. It's a very simple process. You just download the client and you put it on the Black Ops 3 file, the main file of the game. And then you can put a shortcut on your desktop. That's what I did. It's way easier. And you just play the game like that. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what do you think of this video. If you enjoy it, if you didn't enjoy it, if you like Black Ops 3, if you don't, what do you think of the client? You're gonna try it? Let me know in the comments below. And I did forget to talk about one thing. And it's about sniping. I always forget about sniping. And sniping on Black Ops 3, it's amazing. I love the Locust. You can say it's the main sniper of the game. I love it. And there's also a very specific server where it's snipers only, and it's on Fracture, and you play all the maps, DLC maps and everything, and it's so fun. Like, you can actually hit some clips. It's not easy because people are actually good, but it's extremely fun. Like, when it's usually it's not on that much, you know what I mean? There's not many people there. It's mostly at night when people have the time to play it. But yeah, it's very, very fun. It's amazing. And as I'm talking about servers, we have around 2 to 4 full servers every day. Like, sometimes it's only one, but it's always, you can always play. And even if all the servers are, let's say, empty, you can play with bots. And the bots, some bots are actually better than real people. Sorry. Some of the bots are better than real people, so good luck with that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.